We know from the EIS that this pipeline will provide just 35 to 50 permanent jobs, while possibly offsetting our own domestic oil production and jobs in oil-producing states like my own. The American people expect our focus right now to be aimed at creating new, high-quality living wage jobs. Our economy is finally growing. U.S. employers added 321,000 jobs in November, the best gain in almost 3 years. And while we argue about 35 to 50 permanent jobs potentially generated from the Keystone's tar sands pipeline, more than 18,000 new clean energy jobs were announced in the third quarter of 2014 alone. One new regional high-voltage transmission line, like the SunZia project that will soon cross both my state and Senator Flake's, can produce as many permanent jobs as 3 Keystone pipelines. My fear is that by making tar sands the linchpin of American energy policy, we are literally locking ourselves into a policy that fully embraces energy imports and extremely high levels of relative carbon pollution for as long as 50 years, all at a time when we should have a national policy focused on domestic production and ever cleaner fuel sources. You can sum up what American energy policy should be right now with 2 short statements: fewer imports, cleaner fuels. This tar sands project fails both those tests. But this debate is not really about a pipeline. It's really about market signals. A vote to approve Keystone sends the signal that carbon pollution and climate change are not serious economic concerns, and that even the dirtiest fuels, such as tar sands, are a good place to invest capital. The State Department calculated that the incremental carbon pollution from the tar sands pipeline would be as much as putting up to 5.7 million additional cars on the road every year for 50 years. A vote against the tar sands project sends the signal that our government is finally taking the science of climate change and risk analysis seriously, and that the smarter investments are on low carbon and sustainable fuels of the future. We have a small and closing window to avoid economically disastrous climate impacts. My vote against this tar sands project reflects that reality. We can't afford to look backward, but through American ingenuity, we can slow the impacts of climate change, and we can unleash the full potential of homegrown clean energy while creating good American jobs. We have the technology, we have the resources, but we must ensure that our commitment matches the challenges that we face today. And I hope that this committee will begin to seize the opportunities that a forward-looking American energy policy can create. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you.